In 2018, Insomniac Games struck gold with the release of their critically acclaimed Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 4. It was adored by fans and critics alike, quickly becoming one of the most beloved superhero games of all time. In a time where every new writer and creative team seemed to want to take the character in a modern and progressive direction, Insomniac's version was great because it took things back to basics, being a story about Peter Parker, a straight white man, front and center. However, the cracks soon began to show when, in 2020, with the launch of the PlayStation 5, Insomniac released a spin-off game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, centered around the new hip Afro-Latino Spider-Man. The pandering didn't stop there either. While the first game had a Spider-Man who greatly appreciated law enforcement and worked in tandem with the police, this one has an oppressive corporate security task force that shoots first and asks questions later, eventually becoming the bad guys themselves, which is entirely different from the first game, and an obvious attempt to pander to the woke ACAB crowd. So obviously, this did not bode well for the follow-up, despite it being confirmed to have beloved characters like Kraven and Venom in it. But despite my already low expectations, I was still absolutely blown away by the sheer amount of woke BS this game tried shoving down my throat. Not only does Spider-Man 2 add ridiculous SJW politics to bog the game down, but it also changes things that were already fine in the first one, so nothing is safe from the woke nonsense. MJ, for example, is completely ruined here. Since everyone hated her missions in the first game, Insomniac has now tried to fix that issue by making her strong and independent, by giving her a gun and having her take down enemies 10 times as strong as her. As if making her strong wasn't bad enough, they also made Mary Jane kind of uglier now, I think. How am I supposed to enjoy the story when the main love interest doesn't even give me a boner? I don't know why it's so difficult for writers to get Mary Jane right, because I hate her in every adaptation. Kirsten Dunst was annoying, Insomniac's is too strong, and the MCU MJ, you know, I just can't explain it, but there's just something unique about her that I really just hate. I don't know why. Whatever, this is why Black Cat's better anyway. At least they kept her hot, and nothing can change that.
My girlfriend's in Paris.
Oh, damn it! But it's not just Peter's women. Miles is also in love with this deaf girl, Haley. She's an artist and an activist who uses her graffiti to spread her messages of empowerment and civil rights. That's right, we got a twofer. Not only are we getting a very forced representation of a deaf character to pander to woke liberals, but it also leads to lots of political messages being shoved in the player's face while they swing through the city. I mean, come on. This is supposed to be New York City. How am I supposed to believe that New York is very diverse with a bunch of activism when it's obviously nothing like that in real life? As for our main characters, well, let's just say Venom wasn't the only thing infecting our hero. The geniuses over at Insomniac decided to turn Peter Parker and Harry Osborn's friendship into what is very clearly a gay love story. Just another way for the SJW developers to ruin an iconic character by making them LBTG. Now, you may be thinking, hey, I thought Peter and Harry were clearly just childhood friends, and I don't think the game said anything about them being more than that. But listen here, are you seriously gonna watch this mission and tell me there isn't something going on there?
So, tell me everything. What's been keeping you busy?
Just substitute teaching in between getting fired. I've also been tutoring a high school kid. He's special. Reminds me a little of me, actually.
Lucky kid. I never would have passed honors calc without your help.
Please. This is clearly a piss-poor attempt to pull at my heartstrings when they're pitted against each other in an emotional final battle, but those tricks won't work on me. I don't care how close these two are, they seem a little gay to me. People need to open their eyes and see this for what it really is, woke nonsense. The gays also got to the side missions of this game, not just the main story. Take this one, where Miles helps a kid ask out his crush on a date to the homecoming dance. Pretty cute, right? Wrong. The kid is gay. This absolutely ruined my entire playthrough and makes for the most insufferable mission in this entire franchise. I'd rather collect 1,000,000 pigeons than help one more gay kid. Oh, and speaking of the pigeons, I also hated the Pigeon Man mission in this game. Not because it was woke, but it was too emotional, and I didn't like how it made me cry. Oh god, it's happening. There seems to be this idea that Spider-Man has always been woke and inclusive, but I'm here to tell you that that is baloney. A lot of people like to throw around this quote saying that any person, no matter their race, gender, or religion, can be Spider-Man. This quote is stupid, and the person who said it clearly knows nothing about the character. The woke mob has now infected everything I once held sacred. In fact, when I went outside today, I stepped in a puddle of gasoline leaking from my car that had a rainbow in it. That's right, even the laws of nature are now starting to pander to the bleeding heart liberals. This is precisely why I will now be locking myself in my basement and never going outside again. Congratulations, Spider-Man. Your progressive malarkey has ousted me from society. I hope you're happy.
Now whisper the